Howdy everybody, it's Justin, and so good to see you guys once again. And today, we're going to be talking about disappointment. Rather, how do I not become so disappointed? And really, this has a lot to do with your expectations. A lot of times, we expect things to happen in a certain way, and when it doesn't happen that way, then we're disappointed. Artists are especially susceptible to this because we can use our imaginations to imagine so many different scenarios. We can get caught up in a fantasy about how things should go very, very easily and very, very quickly. And before you know it, it's taking a life of its own, then we begin to believe it. And then when the opposite of what we think is supposed to happen happens, well, we get very disappointed. Now, obviously we can see a lot of things wrong with this when we scale it back and look at it from a different angle. God does not want us to think that we know what He's going to do. And furthermore, we shouldn't be imagining what is going to happen if we're trying to use our minds in order to contemplate God's mind. Now that's going to lead to disappointment every single time. So it's up to us to just simply have faith and not think that we can understand what God's plan is, but to simply say yes to it and let Him worry about the how. When we leave the how up to God and we just dwell and ride on His word, then things don't become so rough in terms of disappointment. And I'm sure that we want it to happen yesterday, but we should know that because God's doing it His way, that means that He loves us. Because in case you haven't noticed, a lot of times what we want ends up actually hurting us. So let's just be thankful that He's going to be doing it in such a way that we can't get near it. A practical thing that I do now is this rule. If I thought of it, then I'm automatically wrong. It's kind of like the guys who think that they can predict the end of the world, even though the Lord clearly already said that no one's going to be able to predict it. Now you're going to see signs of it, but you're not going to know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. You just need to know that it's going to happen. We need to live our lives according to what that truth actually tells us. In the meantime, instead of fretting about how He's going to do it, maybe you should be preparing yourself for when it actually happens. You see, one of the things that is a universal truth that works just like gravity, it's a sure thing, is that things happen by planting seed, cultivating or watering it consistently, and the nature of things will take care of itself. That is how all things grow. Your prayer is your seed. Now, what are you doing to cultivate it? What good habits are you consistently abiding by in order to make sure that seed grows? Because if you're not consistent, then you don't get any growth. That's how things work, and that's how they always will work. So cultivate that seed in faith and do it consistently, and the Lord will definitely make a way for that prayer to come right through your front doorstep in ways that you never expected to happen. It'll be amazing. And the cool thing is that it's a surprise because He gives you exceedingly abundantly more than what you can ask for. In closing, don't be disappointed. Be prepared. Alright guys, that's my time. So glad to see you once again. And again, I always say, get out of the drama and into the art.